ground, but the mind's online. Circuits breathe where the forests shine. Till it streams through the rivers wide. Nature coded the future alive.
Misses the J after tricking the D with the nifty pass. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
Able to bomb into Purify. Phoenix likes to be caught. He's able to heal in time. Good stun by Edward. Demon can't get to it. But now Cram walks in forward. Light pops in conceal. Aurora Gaming Philippines get the Evolved Lord.
That is a massive lord to walk in to potentially end the game. And as I've been saying for SRG, they have defended time and time again. The Giants will not have their fortress taken so easily. Can they do it again? They have to. That's the only option they have. Light still has an immortality. The Lord finally spawning and making its way down the bottom side here. How can they pull this off? SRG, they've got to almost have a miracle for this one.
They played it perfect in the last Lord fight, but it's hard to do it when it's an Evolved Lord.
Yeah.
Aurora can just stack up around the Lord. And look at the turn in the mid lane. It's so low.
Half health here, under half health for that mid turret. Lord makes it down the bot. They've got to deal with it here.
Fraction pulse doesn't land on anyone. Now it's going to be Innocent, trying to deal as much damage as possible as Edward dives into the back. Innocent pops in the lazy to win over on Edward, but this raging stack just comes through. They're fighting on the Lord. Demon Kai already using a heavy spear. That's going to be Yums jumped away from Fury the Phoenix.
Fury the Phoenix is using. They're still going.
They deal with the Lord. Live with Raging Sandstorm. Yums still able to survive Innocent. BMI to the back as Doming already uses his Amon Force. Mid lane base turn with ball. How the Selangor Red Giants hold on to this game.
Selangor Red Giants won't have the base taken so easily.
Against an Evolved Lord.
Man, they still do it. They don't have any space to work with. No base, no turrets down. But they're still showing that they can defend and fight against Aurora Gaming. That is an Evolved Lord that was dealt with in the best way possible.
We are still at 6 kills.
That hasn't changed in a while, Miracle. I mean, 6 kills, no turrets.
When was the last time one of them died, dude?
I'll tell you what, I don't know if that's the pro of having this kind of lineup for Aurora Gaming or for SRG and the con of Aurora Gaming's lineup. It works so good in the beginning, but, you know, at this point of the game, they're having a difficult time actually punching it in and ending it, you know? And we have seen this when it has been utility compositions and that require a setup that has to be perfect. This is the trouble. Winter Crown now available for Innocent.
And a rose gold too, nice too. He sold his boots. He's bootless. Man's barefoot.
Barefoot Claude. A Winter Crown 2 for Sakai's fight with this Lord again. Look at Light's positioning. What are they going to do? Traction pulse thrown out?
Wait, Cram already used the curtain call. It's on Yue. Light has a very, very good flank on him. Zetian, does he spot him out? He's able to spot him out now as Edward goes able to stun. Fury the Phoenix, locking him down. Edward losing immortality. Now Sky's going to go in as well, but he's going to be pinned down by Demon Cat. No one's there to actually dish out damage. Skies will fall to Yue.
They take out Sakai's. They can get the Lord.
But he can do weapon medicine with the Winter Crown as well. Demon Cat's going to be taken very, very low, but he's able to buy immortality in time. Doming in the back as well to win him stop. Cram still there to win damage in his time.
Innocent's still alive, and he gets the space, but Domikai will take him out.
He got cooked by the Chrono Dash. Domang has all the shields in the world. Now it's Yums who falls. Cram has immortality. He's going to fall as well. Evolved Lord in the mid lane as Cram dishes out damage to Light, but he's going to be gunned down by Yue.
And that's going to be it as the Lord makes its way down the mid with Aurora Gaming.
The stage that once haunted them now rises for them. The Northern Lights do not fade. It ignites the grand finals.
That ignition, that light will be witness to the entire world. A chance at redemption, a chance at history, and a chance to prove the doubters wrong. Aurora Gaming Philippines makes it to the grand finals in an epic 3-2 series against SRG.
Oh, the chokers, the failures, the boys who were doubted, the boys who were never meant to be, have just made it to the grand finals, defeating Selangor Red Giants, who to this point were undefeated at the M7 World Championship. They were the ones to get to match point first, yet Aurora PH stayed consistent. They built, they endured, and now they'll light up the grand final stage.
Again, one of the best matches we've seen here. And again, it's not over for SRG. They still have an opportunity, a chance to get to the grand finals. They go down to the lower bracket, man, and I'll say what, like Aurora Gaming Philippines grinded for this one, and they made it happen.
Nice, Sue. That lower bracket is literally, figuratively, in all sense of the word, is hell. We got Liquid down there, Spirit, Alter Ego,
And now, SRG.
damn, bro.
Hey, if you guys have just joined us for some reason in the knockout stage, I'll tell you what, M7 World Championship has been so far the best games we've had in a long time, maybe in ever. And this is just a showcase of how good the teams have gone over the course of the years. And yes, it's still the Philippines getting to the grand finals first, but I'll tell you what, I don't know who's going to end up there in the second spot.
Last time we were in Jakarta, it was a Philippines Grand Finals. Will it be the same? Liquid are still down there. They are still hungry to complete the Golden Road.
We'll find out. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Naisu and Mirko, that has brought you this series. We're going to throw it on stage to hear for our winner's interview.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your first M7 World Championship Grand Finalist, Pilipinas! Give it up for Aurora Gaming Philippines! What an intense series. And of course, we have the entire team with us here. Demon Kite, after last year's early exit, you guys have completely turned the tables around to redeem yourself and reach to the grand finals. How important is this victory to you and of course to Aurora Gaming Philippines?
Sobrang importante kasi kumbaga ito yung namin yung revenge namin dun sa last run namin ng M6 So sobrang importante sa team and yun, sobrang saya lang na nakapag-grand finals kami.
You said that this win actually means so much to them because it's practically a revenge from their run back in the M6 last year. And of course, they're very much happy on this incredible run to make it to the grand finals, Aeterna.
We could tell. Right as the winning moment happened, they were still busy looking at their own gameplay. So even up until this point, even at this winning moment, they're still considering, I think, what's going through, what happened in that earlier game. But now we go to Light. Light, in your first season with the team, you were able to go all the way to the grand finals. And now here, take to M7, another grand finals. Like, could you talk to us about the hurdles or the challenges that you faced that led you to this point right now?
Sige, Light, Tagalog.
You can speak in Tagalog and Rose can translate.
Alam yun eh. Ano ba yung hurdle?
Parang anong pinakamalaking pinagdaanan
Challenges
nyo?
na kinarap ko,
Yes.
ganun? Hindi siya madali since per season. Tapos, yung pinalitan ko rin kasi magaling naman talaga si Rere. Tapos, marami rin siyang sa team. Parang na-achieve sila together. Tapos, ako napapasok na bago, ganun. Siguro yung mga dapat kong malagpasan na challenges is yung pressure and also yung magiging open sa kanila kasi ako yung bagong salta, so medyo kailangan talaga siya matimbang ng mabuti. Ganun.
He said that actually it wasn't easy, definitely, because he entered Aurora Gaming Philippines. He had definitely big shoes to fill after Renegade, who has shared and helped the team so much. So the biggest challenges he had to overcome, of course, it was the pressure, and he had to be open to, the four-man who has already built their chemistry.
That's definitely understandable, Rose.
Yes, I agree. And I'm pretty sure, and I heard from like the Swiss Stages interview that Light is actually the light of the
light.
team. So I think he blended in just right. And of course, Yue. We know that this series is definitely not an easy series because SRG was already at match point. And oh my goodness, that was insane to watch. But Yue, how are you guys able to maintain your composure knowing that potentially the first ticket to the grand finals was on the line?
Siguro yung tiwala namin sa isa't isa is nandun pa rin. Then yung composure or yung moral namin is hindi siya bumaba. Tapos yun, nilaro lang namin, laro namin.
He said actually they just trusted each other really well. And despite being at match point, their composure and their morale didn't actually drop down. They just had to play like how they usually did. And you know what? That got them their first ticket, Eterna.
And honestly, not a lot of teams can do that, right? When they're under pressure, when everything is on the line, especially one chance to get to the grand finals, not a lot of teams can reset. Again, the fans are going crazy in the building, but I want to talk to Mr. Consistent. Yes, Mr. Consistent, Edward. This is your 5th M Series appearance, and you're able to secure your 3rd grand final appearance here right now. We gotta ask you, what makes it different for you this time around?
Siguro ngayon, iba na yung nakakasabay na lahat ng team, lahat ng bansa nakakasabay na. And lahat nag-step up na. So, yun siguro.
He said the biggest difference this time around is that all the regions are actually stepping up. And when everybody's stepping up, of course, the competition does get tighter. And when the competition does get tighter, it's definitely harder for all the teams participating. And I do agree, we see so many of the dark horses coming to rise this M7. Yeah. And of course, Dominkite. Coming into the M Series, there were so many doubts surrounding the team after your run in M6 last year, and even the team recognized that. But with this victory, is there anything you would like to say to everybody who has doubted your journey?
Sa lahat ng doubters, wala eh. Ganyan talaga yung mga yan eh. Kasi wala, pagpatuloy lang nila pagdadaw sa amin and pinapakita naman namin sa game kung ano yung dapat pakita.
He said to all the doubters, he can't do anything about that because, well, that's them. They'll just doubt. What they can do, however, is prove them otherwise in the game.
Potential champion mentality?
Potential champion mentality indeed, Adirna.
And with that, before we let you go, boys, we gotta ask the final question to each and every one of you. All right. Who do you think you will be facing in the grand finals? Or rather, who would you rather be facing in the grand finals? We still have a few teams left looking for that final slot in the grand finals. We have Alter Ego from Indonesia. We have Team Spirit, EECA, SRG, Aurora Turkey A, and of course, TLPH. Let's start with you, Yue.
For me, TLPH.
TLPH. What about you, Light?
It's either SRG or TLPH.
Ooh. Edward?
TLPH or SRG.
Ooh, still similar opinions here. Doming?
TLPH and SRG.
TLPH and SRG.
Oh my, Eterna. This is honestly a potential grand finals that everybody don't want to miss. And of course, Edward, now that a Filipino representative finally has a ticket to the grand final, is there anything at all that you want to say to the Filipinos in the arena and those back at home?
Yun, maraming salamat sa patuloy na pagsuporta sa amin sa Aurora. And bumili na kayo ng grand finals tickets.
Is that thank you so much for the continuous support for Aurora Gaming Philippines, and don't forget to get your grand final tickets.
Nice, promotional. Very promotional.
Definitely. That was an intense upper bracket final match, and of course we will throw it back to the panel to dissect what happened in this amazingly crazy series. Panel, we're throwing it back to you guys.